Today's lesson is called Finding a Home for Unsold Luxury Clothes. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
My name is Roger, and you know, we're English teachers here. We don't make a heck of a lot of money. It's okay, you know, we can live on this salary, but we don't really make enough to buy luxury clothes or luxury cars or whatever, but there are people out there who do buy luxury clothes or luxury cars or whatever. But the thing about luxury clothes is they get kind of thrown out and burned up if people don't buy them. I had never heard of this.
Me neither. Don't throw away those luxury clothes. If they fit me, I'll take them off your hands because, yes, I'm a simple man with simple needs and simple clothes as well. And Roger was telling the truth before. He and I are both English teachers here in Taiwan. Are we dressed to impress? No way. We cannot dress to impress. We can't wear luxury clothes because we can't afford them. We're both sitting here in the studio right now in threadbare t-shirts and shorts. We look okay, I guess, but we're far from looking great. We're not decked out in luxury clothes. Now, we keep repeating that word luxury. We'll get to that after a short break, and we'll also start reading our article on unsold luxury clothes. The title is Finding a Home for Unsold Luxury Clothes. What are we going to do? We'll find out after a short break.
Finding a home for unsold luxury clothes. Fashions change so quickly. If this season's clothes aren't sold, stores must think of a way to unload them to make space for the next season's designs. Luxury brands, the likes of Louis Vuitton for example, usually destroy their unsold stock to keep their prices high and their image exclusive. Unfortunately, this is often done by burning the clothes, an extremely wasteful and environmentally unfriendly solution.
大家好，第一部分我们看到片语 the likes of somebody or something 表示点点点之类的人事物。例如 certain actors are great for certain roles, and the likes of Matt Damon and Tom Cruise do very well in action films. 某些演员很适合演某些角色，像麦特戴蒙和汤姆克鲁斯这样的演员将动作片诠释得很棒。或是 the artist had talent the likes of which critics had not seen before. 这位艺术家有评论家未见过的那一类才华。再来，我们看到单字 stock， 这个字是不可数名词，指存货、库存，像是 The shelves are pretty empty now, but the store should have more stock by Saturday. 现在的架子上很空，但到了星期六会有更多库存。另外，这个字也可以当动词，指储存、进货，常与介系词 with 连用。举例来说 The sailors had to stock the ship with all sorts of food before their long journey. 水手们必须在他们长途航行前在船上储存各种食物。再补充几个相关片语。第一 out of stock 表示缺货，例如 This game is very popular right now, and it's out of stock in all of the stores in the area. 这个游戏现在非常受欢迎，这区所有的商店都已经缺货了。第二 stock up on something 表示囤积某物，备货。我们可以说 I stocked up on bottled water and canned foods before the typhoon hit. 在台风来袭前，我囤积了瓶装水和罐头食物。第三 take stock of 表示评估，做出判断，像是 Brent took stock of his supplies as the typhoon approached. Brent 在台风逼近时评估他的补给品是否充分。接着我们看到形容词 exclusive 指昂贵的、高档的、独有的、专用的。例如 Desmond treated his girlfriend to a meal at one of Taipei's most exclusive restaurants. Desmond 请女友去台北其中一家最高级的餐厅吃饭。或是 The company is the exclusive owner of several popular brands. 该公司是好几个热门品牌的独家拥有者。
Okay, everybody, let's talk about the contents of our lesson for today. The title is Finding a Home for Unsold Luxury Clothes. Now, of course, a lot of times things, animals, or I guess in this case clothes, don't have a home. They are homeless, and maybe they are living on the streets or under a bridge, or they're stray animals or whatever. So we need to find them a home, okay? This little lost puppy here is so cute, but we need to find it a home so that it can be someone's pet. So, yeah, you can do this with luxury clothes, I guess. Luxury clothes that aren't sold feel lonely, they're lost, they're depressed, and, you know, they don't want to be homeless, so they want to find a home.
Now, Roger's not being literal here, okay? These clothes aren't actually, like, weeping inside, okay? They're not sad or depressed because they don't have a home. We're saying that sometimes luxury clothes, well, they don't find an owner. No one buys them, therefore they don't have a home, so to speak. So what do you do with these unsold luxury clothes? By the way, when we're talking about luxury, we're talking about really nice stuff that might be really expensive that you don't really need. Let's say you buy a luxury car that's like a BMW or a Maserati or a Rolls-Royce. Sure, it's a beautiful car with nice leather seats and all sorts of bells and whistles and, oh man, it's just a beautiful car. But do you need to spend a huge amount of money on a car? No, you could buy a simple car, a Toyota, let's say, and that'll get you from point A to point B. But if you can afford luxury, sometimes you want to go for that because it'll make your life easier, more comfortable, so on and so forth. Now, speaking of luxury clothes, I've often wondered what would happen to clothes that models wear on the runway, because I don't think they get to keep those high fashion chic clothes, okay? So where do they go? Do people ever buy them or wear them? Where do these fashionable luxury clothes go if they go unsold? That's the idea here. Anyways, fashions change so quickly. So if this season's clothes aren't sold, stores must think of a way to unload them to make space for the next season's design. So here we're talking about fashion again. Now, do things stay in fashion? No, fashions change over and over again. So for one season, you have a set of clothes that you make, a collection you can call it for that particular season. But what happens if you don't sell those clothes? The seasons change and the fashions change. Where do those unsold clothes go?
Yeah, in a lot of stores, of course, if they're not luxury clothes, they have a year-end sale or something, or a new season or end-of-season sale or something like that. You can get some pretty good bargains if you are looking for maybe jeans or a t-shirt or something like that. But that isn't so much the case with luxury clothes. And we've got the word unload here, which in this particular case means to get rid of those clothes, send them someplace else, take them away, haul them away. If you work at a shipping company, for example, and you send products around the country in a truck or something, when you get to your destination, you need to unload the truck. You need to get all the stuff off the truck so that it is empty, and then you can pick up another load someplace else. You can load it and unload it. But yeah, what do these stores do? How do they get rid of these clothes? Because they need to make space for the new designs that are coming out for the next season. And right now it's in the middle of the winter season, so I suppose the spring lines are going to be coming out pretty soon. So yeah, they're going to have to wonder, gee, if we can't sell these clothes, where are we going to send them?
Yeah, how can we unload them? Now, let's go ahead and get into luxury. We're going to talk about Louis Vuitton right now, which is definitely a luxury brand. Yeah, luxury brands, the likes of Louis Vuitton, for example, usually destroy their unsold stock to keep their prices high and their image exclusive. There you go. They have to keep those prices high, and even more importantly, they have to keep their image exclusive. I'm sure some of you have gone into a Louis Vuitton store or something like that, and you've just stared at the price tags and thought, wow, there's no way this handbag costs this amount of money. I could buy 100 handbags for this amount of money. Well, the price shouldn't matter. You're not actually buying the bag because it's functional or anything like that. You're buying it because you can afford it and someone else can't. It puts you in an exclusive club, a club that you can be in that someone else can't be in because you can afford that thing and someone else can't. Now, prices can exclude people. By the way, exclude would be the verb. Exclusive is the adjective. Prices can exclude people, but other things can exclude people as well. Certain clubs, let's say here in Taiwan, they exclude anyone who isn't a member.
Yeah, and you could call those clubs exclusive clubs. And that's what Louis Vuitton and other brand name or high-end fashion manufacturers do. They just destroy their unsold stock. The stock, of course, is all the stuff they have in stock that they haven't sold. And yeah, they need to destroy that stuff because they need to maintain their image. You know, that's something that, RT Mart or Carrefour would do if they haven't sold the clothes for the season. Yeah, they could have sales at the end of the year and sell them for a cheaper price and be more environmentally friendly. But hey, these snobby high-end companies just can't do that. They need to be exclusive.
Exactly. They've got to keep that image up. They can't have everybody walking around with a Louis Vuitton handbag. Hey, I got this on clearance. People wouldn't like that. Rich people, exclusive people who can actually afford to be in that club, they wouldn't like that. They want to be the only ones with real Louis Vuitton stuff. Now, unfortunately, this is often done by burning the clothes, an extremely wasteful and environmentally unfriendly solution. So I've been mentioning Louis Vuitton handbags quite often. Louis Vuitton is known for that, but they also make clothes as well. And do these clothes go on sale? No, they'll get destroyed as well. Apparently, Louis Vuitton and brands like that, they burn these clothes. This is so unfortunate.
Yeah, it's environmentally unfriendly. We've got this term environmentally friendly, which in Chinese is just 环保. So you can do all sorts of things to be environmentally friendly. You can bring your own dishware to the restaurant, for example, and don't use disposable utensils and things like that. Bring your own chopsticks or forks or whatever. You could ride your bicycle to work instead of driving your car. These are ways to be environmentally friendly. And so unfortunately, when they burn the clothes, this is very environmentally unfriendly. It's a big waste, and of course, burning creates smoke and stuff like that. It's just an all-around bad idea. So yeah, unfortunately, that just means the bad thing about this is as we're going to say now.
Yeah, this is not a good thing. This is a bad thing, but is this going to stay the status quo? I don't think so. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a short break, and when we come back, we'll learn how some people are fighting to change this particular status quo in the fashion industry.
Public anger at this practice caused British fashion brand Burberry to announce in 2018 that it would immediately stop burning clothes. It decided to sell off its products at a discount and recycle or donate unsold stock. Meanwhile, France plans to ban the burning of all unsold non-food consumer goods by 2023. Companies that don't want to burn their clothes can instead sell to special discount stores, online and offline, that specialize in labels. They could also donate to small designers who would reuse the items in their own creations. And if a company donates stock to charities, it may decide to remove the labels to protect its brand image. Perhaps the best solution in the end, however, is to make fewer clothes by considering how many are likely to sell.
第二部分我们看到一个单字 donate， 这个字是动词，指捐赠、捐献，像是 We are going to donate our calculators to schools in need of new supplies. 我们将捐赠我们的计算机给需要新供应品的学校。再来，我们看到动词 ban， 指禁止、取缔。例如 Ron was banned from driving after he was caught speeding. Ron 被逮到超速，所以被禁止开车了。另外，这个字也可以当名词，指禁止、禁令，像 blanket ban， B-L-A-N-K-E-T， blanket ban 就表示全面禁止，像是The company instituted a blanket ban regarding vacation time. 该公司制定了一个关于休假时间的全面性规定。最后，我们看到片语 specialize in 加名词或动词 ing 表示专门从事点点点，专攻，专门研究点点点，像是 This event planning company specializes in weddings and anniversaries. 这间活动策划公司专门规划婚礼以及周年纪念日，或是 This author specializes in writing children's books. 这名作者专门写童书。
Okay, now here in the second part, we learned that people are not dumb. They know what these companies are doing, so we had public anger at this practice. People knew that these luxury brands were doing this to their clothing lines. They were destroying them at the end of the season. So people were angry about that. They were angry at this practice, and that caused British fashion brand Burberry to announce in 2018 that it would immediately stop burning clothes. Good for them. Burberry heard people saying that this was a bad thing. They said, we're going to do something about this, and we're going to beat everyone else to the punch. We're going to stop doing this. We're going to stop burning Burberry clothes. You know, the clothes with the Burberry check.
There you go. So Burberry, what are they going to do then with this extra unsold stock? It said it decided to sell off its products at a discount and recycle or donate unsold stock. So they're going to have to grin and bear it. Maybe not only rich people will be wearing Burberry now, because maybe less rich folk can buy these particular items of clothes at a discount, but I guess they're willing to take that now, okay? Maybe their brand won't be as exclusive as before, but they also won't be burning clothes, wasting clothes, and doing unnecessarily environmentally unfriendly stuff. By the way, if you recycle something, okay, you take a particular item and you go ahead and you turn that into a raw material, and that raw material can then be turned into something new. So you can recycle clothes or things like aluminum cans. You take those cans, you melt them down to that raw material aluminum, and then you can take that particular aluminum and make other stuff with it. That's what it means to recycle something. You can recycle aluminum cans, plastic bottles, the list goes on and on. Now, one note, reusing and recycling are two different things. When you reuse something, you just use that thing again. You don't necessarily melt it down so that you can turn it into something new later on. Anyways, it says here that they're going to recycle or donate unsold stock. By the way, if you donate something like unsold stock, you go to a charity and you say, here you go, give this to people in need. I'm donating this stuff to you.
You can donate money to a charity, you can donate blood, etc. And in this particular case, Burberry decided to recycle their stock and donate the stock that they did not sell. Now, meanwhile, at the same time, France plans to ban the burning of all unsold non-food consumer goods by the year 2023, which is not too far away. So this is happening in France. They've actually enacted a law here to ban the burning of all unsold non-food consumer goods. If you ban something, you don't allow people to do that thing anymore. You can ban smoking in restaurants, for example, or in extreme cases, you can ban books, like in Nazi Germany or the Soviet Union, okay? And in this particular case, we're talking about banning non-food consumer goods. Okay, so yeah, you can't ban food. People need to eat, but you can ban non-food items, such as these consumer goods, which are things that people use in their daily lives, like clothes or appliances and stuff like that.
Goods. You could have used the word products here as well. That would have been totally fine. Anyways, moving on, companies that don't want to burn their clothes can instead sell to special discount stores, online and offline, that specialize in labels. By the way, if you specialize in something, you're very good at doing something specific, okay? You've got a signature thing that you do that maybe someone else doesn't do as well, or maybe that no one else does as well. Anyways, if you specialize in labels, that is your specialty. You're not going to this store for anything else. You want to see those labels because that's what this particular store, let's say, specializes in.
Like a construction company, they build buildings, but this particular one specializes in skyscrapers, for example. Now, they could also donate to small designers who would reuse the items in their own creations. So that would help out these smaller designers by getting donations. And if a company donates stock to charities, it may decide to remove the labels to protect its brand image. Now, a charity, of course, is a company that, or an organization, I should say, that helps out poor people. You can donate money to charities. In a lot of cases, people donate clothes to charities. And in this particular case, they would get rid of the labels, you know, the little tag on the clothes that say the fancy name of the company. They would get rid of them so that the image of the brand could be preserved.
Yeah, because you can't have poor people wearing your clothes, only rich people. That's the way that luxury clothes go. Now, does it make any sense morally? No, but business is business, fashion is fashion. Anyways, perhaps the best solution in the end, however, is to make fewer clothes by considering how many are likely to sell. Yeah, this makes sense. If something isn't going to sell and if you don't sell it, you're going to have to burn it. Don't make it in the first place. All right, folks, with that, today's lesson is now in the books, and it's time for you guys to hear from the Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文第一部分有一个句子写到，像 LV 之类的奢侈品牌通常会把他们没有出售的库存销毁，来维持高单价和品牌的高档形象。课文里面的Keep their prices high and their image exclusive. 这边它用到的是 keep 加受词加受词补语的句型，是表达说使什么保持怎么样。那么 keep 在这边就是表达使处于使维持某个状态。而受词补语呢，是用来补充说明受词的状态。那么受词补语我们其实可以用形容词、现在分词、过去分词或是介系词片语之类的。好像课文句子里面，它的受词补语是 high 和 exclusive 这两个形容词，然后分别用来补充说明受词 their price 和 their image 所维持的状态。我们来造两个例句。Please keep the door locked.请让那扇门保持上锁的状态。这边我们用的受词补语是过去分词 locked 来补充说明门的状态。Keep your eyes on the road while driving. 开车时要留意路况。那这边受词补语是用介系词片语 on the road 来补充说明要让眼睛保持在马路上。好，那我这边还有一个补充单字是 exclusive。它是指昂贵的、高档的或是独有的、专用的。那它是来自动词 exclude E-X-C-L-U-D-E。 我们来学习它的字首字根。好，看到 C-L-U-D 或是 C-L-U-S 或者是 C-L-O-S-E 这些字根呢，它们是有这种关闭、封锁、结束或是围住的意思。像 include 就是把什么包围在里面，所以它有这种包括的意思。那么 exclude 这个字当中呢，它的字首 ex 表示在什么什么之外，字根 clude 表示关闭。当我们把某人或某事物就把它关在外面，那就表示把它排除在外，不包括咯。顺便补充几个有这一类字根的单字。第一个是 conclude。 好，它的字首 C-O-N 表示完全， clude 表示结束，完全结束应该可以联想到 conclude 它有结束总结的意思。第二个补充的是 seclude S-E-C-L-U-D-E 它的字首 S-E 表示分开，那么 clude 表示关闭。如果把自己关起来跟大众群体分隔开来，那就表示孤立隔绝咯。那么 seclude 这个字就有使什么隔离、孤立或是隐居的意思。第三个补充的是 disclose D-I-S-C-L-O-S-E 它的字首 D-I-S 表示否定，那么 close 是关闭。同学们可以试着想，某个秘密呢，不是关在 小房间里面让几个人知道，而是把它公开透露出去。那用这样的方式，也许可以联想到这个 disclose， 它有揭发、透露、公开的意思。好，那么第四个补充的是reclusive, R-E-C-L-U-S-I-V-E。 好，它的字首 R-E 是做强调用， C-L-U-S 表示关闭，然后 I-V-E 是形容词字尾。当一个人把自己关起来，与世隔绝，让自己处于孤独的环境中，这样应该可以联想到 reclusive， 它有隐遁、隐居、离群所居的意思。好，以上是今天重点整理，我们回顾今天的单字吧。
Luxury. We will be staying in a luxury hotel when we go on vacation. Unfortunately, tonight's event has been cancelled due to bad weather. Recycle. It is important to recycle household waste whenever possible. Ban. Smoking has been banned in all indoor public spaces. Goods. The factory ships the goods it manufactures to the rest of the world. Charity. The rich man wants all of his money to go to various charities when he dies.
Discussion Starter starts now!
Okay, folks, now it's time for our discussion starter. Hey, Roger, what else could luxury clothing designers do to avoid burning unsold clothes? Which solution do you think is the best?
Well, they could donate the clothes to government agencies or scientific laboratories so they can experiment on the clothes and figure out how to make the cloth into renewable cloth. They could start using less artificial fabric like nylon and acrylic or stuff like that, and start using more natural fibers like linen or hemp and stuff like that.
Now, these are all very fine articles of clothing, so I think it's a great idea for designers to be given free access to these clothes that would have been burned otherwise, okay? Now, if they're given access like this, maybe they don't have to make their own clothes as much. They can use this unsold stuff. It's already beautiful stuff in their own collection. So I think it's a great idea for designers to be given access to these unsold clothes, as they can incorporate these into their designs and into their collections. Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.